Okay, folks, good morning. We are on page 15 of the question and answer post-mentorship thread, and we're going to scrub down. This is the last question I answered here for MX Trader, and that brings us to another one from MX Trader. This one here, and I'll let you read that. Okay, MX Trader, your inquiry is about Friday, November 10th, 2017, and it's this candle right here. Make sure it pops up so you guys can see it. We're all in agreement. That's the candle you're inquiring about. All right, so I'm just going to go over what I observe, and this is, everything that's available to you in terms of hindsight as well. But let's go over to the hourly. You can see that we were, again, before I go back to that, we were breaking below these equal lows, and we had something of a liquidity void in here that could potentially be a draw on price. And admittedly, I was looking for the potential for it to try to go through and go higher. I allowed the price to show me otherwise for this particular week. You guys can go back and watch the recordings and keep up with that on Twitter as well. But inside this candle, what's available in terms of study is that we had a fair value gap right in here. Price traded up into this. I don't want to turn this into a market review, and I'm not really sure what you're expecting in terms of revelation, but I'm just going to go through what I see. We have a fair value gap. Price trades up to it, fills it. Failure swing to go higher. Part of consolidation. Okay, so we do have a consolidation pattern. High today forming in London. Failure swing in New York, or not in New York. Towards the New York session in here. So we have London session high to New York session high. Lower high made in New York. And at the same time, we have a lower low being formed in Euro Pound. Okay, so that's going to be bullish for cable. Okay, the reason why, because Euro Pound was able to make a lower low, whereas if it was to make a higher low, that would indicate that Euro dollar would be stronger. Okay, but since we're seeing the Euro Pound go lower, that's heaviness on the first of the pair's name. Euro dollar's heavier. That means more buying is taking place in cable than it is in Euro dollar for this particular day. So we go over to cable. We can see that, yes, cable is making a higher low, and even Euro dollar is making a higher low. But comparably speaking, because of the effect of Euro Pound, we're seeing heaviness in Euro dollar in relationship to pound dollar. So for the particular setup that's shown here, it's showing an indication that cable is stronger than Euro dollar this particular day only. And we can see that in the effects of the rally that takes place in cable for this particular day. Now, it does give up a lot of the ground that it gains, but in terms of momentum, cable led the way on this particular day. And then we went to consolidation on Euro dollar. Okay. I don't know what else you would look for. I'm not sure what else I could say in here that would be of any use to you because it's a Friday. The market's in consolidation going into the weekend. And then the following week, we saw the market show a willingness to break out on the Euro dollar with the weakness on dollar. So I'm not sure what it is that you were hoping to find in this observation, but this is the only thing I can pull out for you that I thought was of any value. All right, so on to our next question. All right, thank you very much for your comments. Awesome, 14% return. Your question is in regards to the dollar index 100. So I think that as long as you're using the information in the futures market where there may be gaps in the futures opening today and yesterday's close, that may be a draw on price as well that's useful, and cash will look to close that. But apart from anything like that, I don't look for any kind of value in any other way of looking at it. All right, the next one's from Troy. This is a rather long one. I have to go through this essay here and give you my response. All right, so having gone through the charts and the dialogue in the post, the thing that stands out, I think what's happening is you're looking for an answer every single day, and it's not going to do that, not at least from the rules that's been given to the public. Their perspective on this method is going to take them to maybe 1 or 2 setups out of a pair per week. That's all it's designed to do. Because I taught that 6% compounded, finding 23 pips at 2% per week is all that you need to double your account. This is the method to do that. Okay, you have a lot more information because you've gone through the mentorship, and also the rule I gave for potential reversals on the 60-minute chart, that's going to be a barrier, okay, because many times that 60-minute old high or old low is going to be a turtle soup, okay, or it could be a rejection block, one of the two. So if you look at just your charts, and I'm going to use yours here, okay, we have many instances where we can see equal